Thank you for tuning in to the all-new season of Stories Philippines podcast.
Hello, my fellow night owls and brave souls. I'm Paul, your host on the Stories Philippines podcast, and tonight I have a truly spine-chilling story to share with you, sent in by a listener named Rico. This isn't your average ghost story. It's a tale that weaves through the past and present of an old farmhouse in Bacoor, a place where echoes of a forgotten time refuse to fade away. Gather around, listeners, as I unveil the story known as the Eerie Echoes of Bacoor. In a corner of Bacoor, there stood a farmhouse as old as time, or at least as old as the 1800s. It was an unsettling place, wrapped in gray asbestos siding with 2 stories and a deep, dark basement. Rico grew up there, learning of its tragic past through whispered family tales. You see, after the First World War, the owner of the house had just returned home. His family and friends were overjoyed and decided to celebrate with a grand feast. During the festivities, they found themselves in need of more wine. Being his home, the man ventured to the basement where he kept barrels of the rich drink. But fate had a cruel twist waiting. While carrying a barrel up the steep concrete stairs, 13 steps in all, he stumbled, fell, and met a tragic end. After that, strange happenings became a part of the farmhouse's daily life. Rico's parents and relatives would speak of lights flickering on and off, footsteps with no source, voices out of thin air, and belongings appearing in the most unexpected places. Even as a child, Rico felt an unease within those walls, an unease that only grew as he came to experience the hauntings himself. Fast forward to one fateful evening, with Rico tucked in a makeshift room at the end of a long, dimly lit hallway. As he waited for his father to return from a late night of work, he began to hear footsteps on the old wooden staircase. He greeted them, thinking it was his dad, but received no reply. The steps would start and stop, making their way up, but never reaching the top. Rico, part curious and part terrified, huddled under his covers, hoping it was just his imagination. On another chilly night, with autumn winds blowing, Rico awoke to find a girl glowing blue at the foot of his bed. She wore a ragged nightgown and had dark, empty eyes that seemed to stare right through him. Fear gripped him, and he sought refuge under his blankets until dawn. Over time, Rico learned he wasn't alone in these encounters. His uncle saw the same spectral girl and even called her by the same name, Tabitha. Years later, a truck accident damaged the old farmhouse beyond repair, and Rico's family built a new house nearby. The old one remained, filled with its unseen inhabitants, as life continued with its twists and turns. One night, after both of his grandparents had passed away, Rico heard them talking below his room, just as they had in life. He liked to think they found each other and left this world together because, after that, the new house was peaceful and silent. But Rico's curiosity wasn't sated. He set out to uncover the secrets of the old farmhouse, recording voices and investigating the shadows. With friends and even professional teams, they encountered laughter, whispers, and chill-inducing sights that defied logic, including a twisted entity that stalked the walls and touched Rico's very soul. After that harrowing encounter, Rico never investigated again. The old house now stands as a monument to the past, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover its mysteries. So, my dear listeners, what's the lesson in this haunting tale from Bacoor? Sometimes, history leaves behind more than just memories. It leaves spirits that linger, seeking closure or company. And as much as we yearn for answers, we must tread carefully. For some mysteries are best left unsolved, and some doors best left closed. Thank you for joining me on this spectral journey. Remember to look after one another and to tread lightly where the past still breathes. Until our next eerie adventure, this is Paul, wishing you a night of tranquility, free from the eerie echoes of old farmhouses. Sleep tight and keep the curiosity burning, just not too brightly.